Okay, let's try this. Hi, my name is Kunal and I am an assistant instructor here at Udacity, and welcome to Coffee Break. We at Udacity think a lot about pedagogy, how our students learn, what kind of information they bring to our classes. And today I want to share a story with you about learning and unlearning things. Before working for Udacity, I used to be a grade 6 science teacher. And today I want to tell you a story from inside my science classroom. And this story is about unlearning things. I remember the school had just reopened after a really long summer break. And we were talking about trees inside my science classroom. And I thought to myself, what better place to talk about trees than in the presence of some? So I took my entire class, which is a group of about 30 boys and girls, took them all to a nearby park, which had a lot of trees. It is there where we saw a tree stump that had been chopped off. And you could actually see the rings inside the tree stump. My students were very curious about the rings. I told them that there was a relationship between the rings and the age of the tree. So if you added up all of the rings in the tree stump, that number was probably very close to the age of the tree. All the students got very busy starting to count the number of rings in the stump. A few months passed by, and now winter is fast approaching. And imagine this. I'm inside my science classroom with 30 kids who are sitting on chairs. I'm in front of the class, and I'm using a projector to show my students images of plants, but in the desert environment. One of those images I remember was of the saguaro cactus. I tell my students that the saguaro cactus is native to Arizona, grows up to be really tall, 50 or 60 feet tall, and that it lives for a really long time. As a matter of fact, certain species of the saguaro cactus live up to 150 years old. It was then that this boy, his name is Sid, he raised his hand gingerly. He was sitting in the back. He stood up and he said, "So, does this mean that the saguaro cactus has 150 rings in its stem?" Sid, the 12-year-old boy, had developed a mental model. And of course, this mental model was developed due to past experiences and previous instruction. He had developed a mental model in which he believed that all plants and all trees had rings inside of them. We at Udacity are very curious to hear from you if you've ever experienced something like that, something that Sid experienced in my science classroom that day. Has it ever happened to you that you've tried to learn something, but you had to unlearn something from your past before? In other words, has it ever happened to you that you were trying to acquire a new piece of information, but something that you learned in your past was either conflicting with or presenting resistance to acquiring this new piece of information? We would love to hear your story. Feel free to add your story and your comments to the comments box, and thanks for listening.